Okay, let's get into it. So here we go with our beautiful organic coconut oil. You know, it's an ingredient that's must have. You should always have coconut oil in the house, man. It's great for all types of uses. Here we're gonna grab about 1 tablespoon of the coconut oil, and we want to just make sure we get that nice and melted. Okay, the coconut oil is like I said again, a great fat. You can use it for skin, hair, nails, food, all different types of things, and I prefer to use the unrefined virgin. Okay, now we got 475 degree oven, very hot. Make sure you're careful, don't burn yourself. I'm actually just melting the coconut oil with water here briefly, but feel free to melt the coconut oil any way you need to where it comes out exactly like this. You want it to be melted, and then when you add the water, hey, season it up, baby. Make sure you get that good old salt, pepper, and not just any regular salt, you know, beautiful sea salt, and things of that nature. Himalayan pink salt. I mean, you can add whatever salt you want, just not the bad ones. All right, now we whisking it right here. Get your whisk game strong, get your whisk game ready. All right, making sure that we can emulsify it as best as possible so that when we put it over the butternut squash, it's gonna come out beautifully, man. It's not gonna be as under seasoned. Okay, now when we prepare this meal, just remember, okay, it is going in the blender, so your butternut squash does not need to be diced perfectly or anything like that. We just want to get it, you know, basically nice and even so that when we do put it in the oven so that it can cook, it's going to be nice and good. It's going to cook evenly and things of that nature. As well as reduce the cooking time too. Like, you know, one big old piece takes longer to cook than the diced ones, all right? But y'all knew that, so let's go, family. All right, so mix it up. I like to put my hands in the food, feel me? Like, when you put your hands into the food, you know, it adds another layer of connection to it. So, yeah, just get down and dirty with it. Put it and transfer it to a casserole dish, you know, and include the water. This is going to help so that when we place it in the oven, it's not going to burn or do anything of that nature. All right, there we go. Now make sure everything is nice and even as possible, okay? Flatten it out. And about midway through this process, we're gonna stir it up, okay? We're gonna make sure that the thing is cooking properly, that one side isn't being overcooked. As you can see, I don't have a convection oven, so we gotta make sure that we're rotating and doing everything of that nature. Now feel free to pull the casserole dish out of the oven to mix things up and make sure you get things mixed around good. All right, so here we go with a little over 2 cups of water. I like to use a filtered water. That's my recommendation. All right, about a tablespoon of vegetable base. All right. Now what this is going to do is just allow us to create a quick little stock. Quick little veggie stock so that, you know, we can impart flavor into this butternut squash when we get ready to puree it. Now, once that butternut squash is ready, go ahead and transfer it to your blender and then put the dome on top. Now, be careful, don't splash any water on yourself, you know, and don't burn yourself as well. But make sure to be careful, all right? So here we go with red pepper flakes, crushed red pepper flakes, cinnamon, and we also have nutmeg. The cinnamon being on the lower left-hand side. We add our seasonings into our pot. Then we add our celery, okay? And in this recipe, it calls for about half a cup of celery. So nothing too crazy. You know, we just get it in where we fit in, all right? This recipe also calls for about 1.5 cups of diced onions, all right? So I got a diced yellow onion right here. One of, you know, staple ingredients. And here we go. Now, in our vegetable stock, we add our veggies. and we get them nice and soft. But before we do that, and cook them all the way, we're gonna add in our coconut milk. All right. Now scrape in as much as you can. We have about 2 cans of coconut milk here. So yeah, that's about it. Go ahead and put that in. It's gonna add another layer of complexity, flavor, and beauty to the dish. All right. Whip it good. Yeah. So you see us, man. We whipping it in the kitchen. We live. All right. So after you got a nice good stir on that, add some shredded coconut if you got some. All right. It's not a bad idea, to impart more of the coconut flavor. Really, because when paired up with the earthiness of that butternut squash, right? It's just excellent, that combo. All right. Stir it up. Yeah, we getting somewhere. All right. We definitely getting somewhere. You should be looking good pretty soon. We're going to let this cook for about 20 minutes, okay? All right. After you let it cook for about 20 minutes, that's when you're going to transfer it over to your blender, and we're going to keep it moving, all right? Oh, optionally, you can add some coconut aminos, some bragg if that's what you use, or soy sauce, wheat-free tamari. Feel free, man, because we love to build on flavor. We love to improve that profile. So, whatever you have on hand that you feel can go in these dishes, man, put them in. You don't have to do them step by step, ingredient for ingredient. Always feel free to substitute whatever you want. Now, here we go. We adding about half of our mix in the pot into the blender, okay? Yeah, get it all nice and good. If anything, you want to make sure you get the veggies out of there. As much celery and onions, okay? And as you can see, we still have some on top. I start off with the slow speed, and then I progress it, just like when you're at a stoplight in a car and the light turns green, you don't just really floor it. First, you progressively speed up or accelerate, right? So slow, medium, and then high to get everything mixed. All right. Do that for a little bit. Make sure everything is going well. All right. Make sure you're putting in that positive vibes, and boom, that's what you get right there. Okay. Look at that. That's beautiful, and it tastes great as well. But the funny thing or crazy thing is we're not even done with this. We still have a couple more steps to do, all right? But it's not much, all right? So hang in there. We almost done. Now, this is the consistency that you want, or want to be working with. I transferred this to a bowl, because, hey, at this point, it's pretty much done. You don't really have to do any more cooking to this dish. It's cooked. Like, it's all there, all right? Now, extract everything that you can out of your blender. Like, that's food in there, okay? I don't like to waste food. My mom, she told me and taught me not to waste food. So that's what we impart to everybody else. Don't waste the food, man. Get as much as you can out of there. And what you don't get out of there, don't worry, because we still have liquid in the pot. Make sure you cover it up, all right, so we can retain the heat. But we still have this liquid in the pot, and we're going to add the rest of that to the blender, all right? This being done in this process actually helps us adjust the consistency of the soup, as well as impart more of that rich flavor of the coconut as well as the veggies. All right, because when we blended up initially, everything was just blended properly. Now, when we add it like this, you're going to be able to tell a distinct difference in flavor, as well as your soup won't be as thick. All right, now, the only thing really to do at the end of this, dish is garnish it with some flat leaf parsley, cilantro, something like that. I use the flat leaf parsley. It's a great herb. Love it. Check out the Instagram and you'll see the post on it. But yeah, like, make sure you shake everything up, get everything nice and mixed, okay? Blend it up, slow, medium, high, all right? You don't want to blend it up too much so we whip in too much air into it, but you want everything to be nice, and we don't want any chunks of anything. All right. Now, so here we go. Ooh, look at her, man. She's looking good in there, man. All right. We're gonna add some of this liquid. Actually, all of it. Add all of it, and you can see immediately the color contrast, right? Of how the coconut milk and veggie base and celery, everything is all blended, so it gives it this light color in comparison to the butternut squash. Now, grab your favorite mixing tool, like a wooden spoon, or that's what I like to use. Spatula, that's cool. But we want to fold this in. We want to make sure that it's nice and emulsified, all right? Or mix it in, really. But yeah, it's folding in, because when we do it properly, you're going to see the outcome and how this comes out, and the color that it should be again. All right? But as you can even see with how it's stirring in the bowl, it's definitely starting to loosen up, actually, which is going to give us a more smoother mouth feel, more smoother feel as it's entering in our temple and nourishing us, man. Oh man, we giving thanks for these blessings, man, for sure. All right, yeah, we getting our swirly on. If you ever, I guess, had a latte, you ever seen latte art? Yeah, it's something similar right here. They definitely add the foam in there, and depending on how they maneuver the cup, they can make designs and do all types of fancy things. So we doing butternut squash soup art right here with the simple swirly design. Yeah, family. So boom, wow, look at that, man. It's looking even better than even before. Just a beautiful looking soup, man. A beautiful product. Eat your soup. Soup is great. Can't say enough about it. Add your herbs in at the final step, okay? So we can complete this thing, and just make it balanced, man. That's what we achieve. That's what we aim to achieve in life here on Earth, is balance. And through, getting back in touch with nature and things we consume, man, that's how we're gonna achieve balance. All right. So here we go, mixing it up. Whip it good. All right. Don't spill anything. Be easy, nice and easy. Still love it. Be gentle. You don't want to go too crazy. And see how the herbs just even change the look of it, right? And add just another layer, man. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Man, it really is. Yo, and what was even more amazing was tasting this, man. It was a really good thing. Make sure you don't have any clumps of parsley or herbs in there. But yeah, man, really great dish with the garbanzo bean wraps. What more can I say, man? I definitely thank you guys for tuning in. This is it, part 2, the other video, garbanzo bean wraps. Wholeness and balance, family.